The tragic downfall of Justin Bieber. Fame, fortune, and the price of peace. He had everything. Fame, fortune, and millions of fans screaming his name. But today, Justin Bieber looks nothing like the global superstar the world once idolized. His once bright eyes now seem tired, his public appearances rare, and his silence deafening. What happened to the boy who went from small-town Canada to global domination before he was even old enough to drive? This is the story of a modern icon, a superstar who had it all, lost himself, and is still searching for peace in a world that refuses to let him rest. This is the tragic downfall of Justin Bieber, the rise of a teenage phenomenon. Justin Bieber's rise wasn't ordinary, it was lightning in a bottle. In 2007, a 13-year-old from Ontario uploaded home videos of himself singing R&B covers. One of those clips caught the attention of talent manager Scooter Braun, who saw something the world hadn't seen before: raw talent wrapped in boy next door charm. Within months, Justin was flown to the US, signed to a record label, and co-signed by Usher. By 15, he had a global fan base. By 16, he was performing for President Obama, and by 18, he was worth tens of millions of dollars. But that kind of success, that early, is a storm. Behind every screaming crowd was a child pushed into adulthood too fast. No time to rest, no privacy, no chance to make mistakes without the world watching. Every move was documented, every rumor amplified. He wasn't just a singer, he was a global obsession, and when fame hits that hard, it never leaves quietly. The crash, when fame turned against him. Between 2013 and 2015, the pressure finally exploded. Bieber's reputation fell apart in real time. Arrests, fights, reckless behavior, and public scandals dominated headlines. He went from pop prince to Hollywood's problem child. The tabloids made millions off his downfall. Paparazzi followed his every breakdown, cameras flashing as if his pain was entertainment. But what most didn't see was the real danger behind the chaos. In his own documentary, Bieber admitted his substance use was so severe, his security team checked his pulse at night to make sure he was still alive. He was surrounded by fame, but drowning in loneliness. A boy lost inside the machine that made him. Every outburst, every headline, every mistake wasn't rebellion. It was a cry for help from someone who never got the chance to simply be human. The comeback, searching for purpose. Then came the moment the world didn't expect. In 2015, Justin Bieber released Purpose. It was raw, emotional, and deeply personal. A plea for redemption from someone trying to heal. The album was a commercial triumph. It gave fans a glimpse of maturity, a man learning from his mistakes. Songs like Sorry and Love Yourself dominated charts, and the media once again crowned him a comeback king. But the comeback came at a price. Endless touring, interviews, and scrutiny chipped away at the fragile peace he was trying to build. In 2017, he canceled the final leg of his world tour, citing exhaustion and burnout. Instead of chasing fame, he chose faith, therapy, and quiet. He stepped away from the spotlight to rediscover who Justin Bieber really was. Not the brand, not the headline, the person. The marriage and the myth of stability. In 2018, Justin married Hailey Baldwin, and for a while, it seemed like the fairy tale ending fans had been waiting for. Their marriage was portrayed as healing, a story of love rescuing a man from chaos. Together, they appeared in interviews, magazine covers, and public appearances, presenting the image of calm after the storm. But reality was more complicated. Behind the smiles and filtered photos, Justin continued to struggle with depression, anxiety, and the lingering scars of his past. He admitted to feeling disconnected from reality, often questioning his purpose beyond music. Hailey became a stabilizing force, but even she couldn't erase the years of trauma fame had burned into him. Their relationship became both his sanctuary and his mirror, reflecting how deeply fame had fractured his sense of self. The struggle beneath the surface. In 2020, Justin opened up publicly about his mental health battles, revealing that he was dealing with Lyme disease and chronic anxiety. For many fans, it was heartbreaking to see their idol, once untouchable, now speaking vulnerably about his pain. He confessed to years of feeling numb, trapped, and exhausted by the demands of celebrity life. In interviews, he described how fame had robbed him of genuine human connection. He said, "You get successful, and then you realize success isn't what you thought it was." These were red flags hidden in plain sight, proof that despite the comeback, the internal storm was still raging. The peace everyone thought he found was only temporary. The $200 million decision. Then came 2023, the year Justin made a decision that shocked both fans and industry insiders. He sold his entire music catalog, every song he'd ever written or recorded before 2022, for $200 million. At first glance, it seemed like a smart move: financial freedom, security, and control. But the timing raised questions. Why would a 28-year-old still in his prime sell his life's work so early? Some believed it was a business strategy. Others whispered it was a quiet exit, a sign that Bieber was done with the spotlight. There were also rumors of ongoing tensions with longtime manager Scooter Braun, who had recently sold his own empire. On paper, Bieber had just made one of the biggest deals in music history, but emotionally, it felt like a goodbye, a decision made not from confidence, but from exhaustion. Since that sale, Justin's public appearances have dwindled. He skipped major events, avoided the spotlight, and looked detached in rare sightings. Fans have noticed the change. The once energetic performer now looks tired, disconnected, and fragile. Silence, rumors, and the weight of isolation. The silence surrounding Bieber's life has only fueled more speculation. Rumors of drug relapse, mental health struggles, and even marital issues have filled social media. Though nothing is confirmed, one thing is undeniable: Justin has retreated. Hailey, meanwhile, continues to expand her own brand, becoming the face of their public image. In interviews, she often defends her husband, insisting he's healing and focusing on peace. But fans can't help noticing the imbalance. Hailey in the spotlight, Justin in the shadows. He's been seen occasionally, usually by paparazzi, looking uneasy and withdrawn. Even the church services that once anchored him spiritually have become rare appearances. It's as if the louder the world gets, the quieter Justin becomes. The machine that made and broke him. To understand Bieber's downfall, we have to look beyond the headlines, because this isn't just about one man's struggle. It's about a system designed to exploit. From the moment Scooter Braun discovered him, Justin was turned into a global product. Labels, managers, and corporations all saw dollar signs in his innocence and charm. Every tour, every scandal, every heartbreak, all monetized for maximum profit. Even his breakdowns were profitable. Every tear, every mugshot, every public apology was part of a narrative that kept the industry spinning. The very system that made him a star also ensured he could never truly escape it. And when he finally sold his catalog, the very songs that defined him, it wasn't just a business deal. It was the ultimate symbol of loss. The moment he gave up ownership of the music that told his life story. The songs that built his empire now belong to corporations who will profit forever, with or without him. The cost of becoming a product. Justin Bieber's downfall isn't just a story about fame gone wrong. It's a story about identity lost to the machinery of entertainment. He spent years trying to rebuild himself through faith, love, and therapy, but the ghosts of early fame never truly left. The boy who sang Baby grew up, but the world never allowed him to. And that's the quiet tragedy. When your image becomes a brand, your soul becomes the collateral. He has everything: money, success, a beautiful marriage, and millions of fans who still care. But the one thing he's been searching for, inner peace, remains just out of reach. Because you can't buy peace. You can only find it when the noise finally stops. Justin Bieber's story isn't a cautionary tale about failure. It's a mirror reflecting the dark side of modern fame. What happens when a child becomes the world's most profitable product? When your happiness becomes someone else's paycheck? He didn't vanish. He didn't retire. He simply ran out of pieces to give away. As the cameras fade and the noise dims, one question remains. Justin Bieber ever find the peace that fame promised, or has the price already been paid in full? If you found this story eye-opening, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into the untold stories behind fame, power, and the people who live under its weight.